good evening, and or good morning, or for some of you at this time, it's probably good night. And my name is LD Robinson, and you are watching the International Great Black Read Aloud Day 2022. Today is Humor Day, and I will tell you that today has been a day for laughs because it has been an extremely long day today, productive but long. And so I am excited about our selection today. So it's sort of a mix. And before we get into our selection today, let me remind you that this is the International Great Black Read Aloud Day 2022. And what we do here is we are giving voice to words written by Black people all around the world, written by Black people all around the world. And so we are choosing and selecting books from all different types of genres by all different types of authors from all different types of places across the African diaspora. And so we are thrilled with what we are doing. We believe that literacy is a legacy, and our partnership with Fresh Book Festivals is part of our ongoing educational and literacy awareness that we are doing through the International Great Black Read Aloud Day. And so we believe that very strongly that literacy is a legacy. And if there is anything you are going to leave your family members, leave your children, leave them the gift of literacy. And so today is Humor Day, and we have a treat today. And our selection for today is the Last O.G cookbook with Tracy Morgan. If you've had a chance to see the television show The Last O.G, then you know that the cast of characters are quite interesting and quite funny. And so this cookbook is inspired by the television show. And when I came across this cookbook, I love cookbooks. And so when I came across this cookbook, I laughed. It's funny. So I have decided that today this would be our selection for humor, which is the Last O.G cookbook with Tracy Morgan. And so we'll read a couple things out of this. In the meantime, if you haven't already, we want to remind you to go on over there and subscribe to the Great Black Read Aloud Day.org. And so this part is from the intro. Simply put, I'm excited about this cookbook because I love to eat, and I want to share that love with the world. Whether it's the old school pizza joint in the Bronx that I've gone back to for decades, or the peas and rice that I whip up on a random Thursday night with my wife, all food is good, and you can take that to the bank. I knew from the start that I wanted food and the ritual of sharing food with your loved ones to be heavy in the Last O.G. Besides being the flyest show on TV, The Last O.G also happens to be a tribute to many of the family and friends I've been lucky enough to have in my life over the years. It's no secret that a lot of what goes on in the show is based on my own real life history, including some hard knocks I've gone through. As I like to say, I've been through hell and back, but I don't want to come back empty handed. Behind many of the recipes in this book are nods to people from my past and cherished memories, plus some tricks of the trade I picked up along the way. That's why I'm pleased to introduce the Last O.G cookbook, Trey Barker's Labor of Love. And so I'm going to skip over here to another part of the intro. He's talking about different things about cooking. And he says, also, you got to understand, growing up in Bed-Stuy, we had government cheese, also known as welfare cheese. It came in a giant brick. Don't feel sorry for me, though, because that stuff made the best grilled cheese sandwiches. We made them so thick, but you could still cut them through with a butter knife. In fact, a few years back, I was hatching a plan to tell President Obama, listen, if you want to slow down crime in America, just get that government cheese program back up and running. Tastes so good and everybody be eating it. But then they'd be too constipated to go out and commit crime. How are you going to go out and rob somebody when you got to sit on the bowl half the day because of all the government cheese you ate? This show is a movement, and it shows Black people's lives in a very real way. We're lifting up the community by making them laugh at the same time, bringing awareness to the not so funny parts of life, like drugs, prison, and readjusting to life on the outside. For Trey, cooking provides a path toward redemption, a way out of his troubles, a source of pride and ambition. It's also a way for him to reconnect to his family. His methods may be untraditional, but that's a big part of what our show is all about. The family's untraditional. Trey's life is untraditional. And so are these recipes, which were created as if they came out of Trey's head. I just hope you take this book and these recipes as a chance to reconnect with someone in your life. Invite them over for the wildest meal of their life and watch how your relationship flourishes. While you're cooking, you'll learn about unsung merits of Spam, Lowry's, and Funyuns. You'll have fun in and out of the kitchen. If Trey can manage to succeed with a prison-themed food truck, you can have a wild-style dinner at least once a week. Now, get to cooking and thank me later for your enlightened mind and enlarged stomach. And so, one selection is the recipe called red striped fried shrimp. And it reads, whether it's whether it's scraps, or shrimp to you, these crusty crustaceans deserve our love. Few other foods can accomplish what one single shrimp can. We can eat it boiled, cold, baked, or my personal favorite, fried. Taking a cue from my island brothers, I like to use red striped beer to keep the batter light and crisp. Dipped in a sauce, just about any will do, this sea critter will scream for joy in your mouth. And so I read that because I am very familiar with the various ways that we pronounce shrimp in in Black culture. Next, we are reading Ready for the Repast. They say a person dies twice. The first time is when they breathe their last breath, and the second is when the trays of macaroni and cheese, collard greens, biscuits, and gravy, and the classic baked spaghetti are scraped clean by bereaved family and friends. That's the final and most delicious death there is, the repast. If you're so unlucky as to lack a Black loved one in your life who's died and simultaneously giving you the best meal of your life, I'll educate you. A repast, yes, it's repast, not repass. Unless you've had too much sweet tea and bourbon at the repast, is essentially a mix between a potluck and a wedding reception. Post-show or funeral or burial, the deceased family members will gather in either someone's home or a church fellowship hall to break bread. You sit around brightly decorated tables and sup the sweet nectar that is a violently red punch mix that includes Kool-Aid, Hawaiian Punch, 7-Up, and near the end of the affair, alcohol. But the main event, of course, is a seemingly endless spread of covered dishes that have been lovingly prepared by a variety of hands. You'll line up among the casseroles and be given the tiniest portion of each by an older woman who may or may not be related to the dearly departed. How to know when the repast is wrapping up? Folks will start completely without shame, making up their own to-go plates, covered by either a paper towel or a reused piece of foil and made soggy from the weight of food seasoned with copious amounts of butter and Lowry's. As the sterno cans flicker out beneath the buffet, a deep drowsiness will set in, along with a slight tinge of guilt you have for eating so good after your play mama died. These, ladies and gentlemen, is the repast. And so, our selection for humor today, a somewhat shorter selection today because it has been an extremely long day, is The Last O.G. with Tracy Morgan, inspired by the TV show The Last O.G. And so it is our selection for humor today. And I will tell you, Now, the recipes in this book are quite interesting. So, if you get a chance, pick up a copy of the LAST O.G cookbook. And we will see you tomorrow here at the International Great Black Read Aloud Day. And we are reading every day this month, but we're reading all throughout the year for different occasions and different holidays and different events, spreading the news that Black people write all kinds of interesting, engaging types of work across all the genres of literature. Nary a one we haven't contributed to. And so um, we will see you tomorrow. And I'm going to snap out of what I'm in and snap back over to the other side and give you our list for tomorrow, which is tomorrow is day 9. And tomorrow is young adult teen. And so we have a great selection for tomorrow. Young adult teen, YA teen is what we call it in the world of literature. And so we will see you tomorrow here at the International Great Black Read Aloud Day. And it's the International Great Black Read Aloud Day 2022. And we'll see you tomorrow for Young Adult Teen Day. Have a wonderful night, and don't forget to laugh. Even when you are dog tired, don't forget to laugh. Have a good night.